Break it down.
Hello, 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 everyone. It is the 10th of June, which means my grandchildren are going to be out of school for the summer soon. Pray for me, okay? Anyway, as you can see, this is not Captain Chris Johnson. This is the one and only Collins Manna, the OTech Pro slash Unpassive Pro, whatever, okay? So I asked him to come on in really short notice, and I'm glad he's here. Um, what we've been doing, including Collins and OTech Pros, is, and I love this, is shining the light on others, trying to get other people that we see out there that have a lot to offer, but maybe don't have the platform. And we got many platforms, being I do lives, Chris is with me, Collins has OTech Pros. They also have through Comfort, they have another channel. And also with Andy Burks, they do something on Tuesday afternoons, Tuesday afternoon US time. So that's pretty cool. But a lot of this, we're starting to gear towards chapter 2. And what we want to do, and I think it's really important for the company, I think this is what the company's all about, is take the light off of me, for example. Everybody knows who I am and I'm passive, right? I don't need the light. I want to turn that light around and shining on the diamonds and the gold nuggets and the pearls of unpassive. And there's thousands, thousands. Every time I go somewhere else, example, we had a webinar last week with uh, African webinar, but French speaking, and a couple people came on. I was blown away. In fact, you get a chance to go watch it, and I went, holy moly! They come on. They know all about Unpassive. They know the concept of the heart, how Unpassive was built to help others. And I went, man, I'm blown away. So that's what I've been focusing on. That's what we're looking at. Yes, I could come in and talk to you about all the products. Obviously, uh, Collins could talk to you about the mechanics of the products, but we're at a phase now. We know that the quality of the products is going to be light years ahead of anybody else. We have proof of that of OConnect right now. If anything's that good, it's better than anything else. And I don't see any other video conferencing platform that matches up to OConnect as it is now. Now remember, as good as it is, the comment made by Mr. Mufareh was, "You ain't seen nothing yet." Like he already has or working on something better than the OConnect that we have. As long as you have someone like Mr. Mufareh, who is a unicorn. You know, I mean, he's very, very individual, has the brains and the heart and the resources to build something like this. When he has that mindset of it's not good enough, we're always striving to get better. And the other real important part of that is he wants to bring in wealth, but deliver it to as many people as he can. Because look, like it or don't like it, there's many Mother Teresa's or whatever you want to call it, good-hearted people. But a lot of times, these people that are giving, they're born to give, they live to give, they die giving. They don't have the resources. What happens if you give a good-hearted person like Mr. Collins, who I met a couple years ago, give them the resources? What are they going to do? Giving people already, now they can take a bigger stamp, a bigger area, and give more. Giving is as contagious as negativity. It is. Negative people draw negative, and that gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Positive and good-hearted, that also grows. I have proof of that. It's called Founders. Majority of founders are good-hearted, giving individuals. How did that happen? Because the concept of ONPASSIVE was Ash wanted to bring people in that believed as he did. Give what you can. You'll be known for what you give, not what you make. But you have to have, it's just the way life is, we need currency of some type to be able to give at a higher level. And I believe ONPASSIVE is going to match everything. They're going to have the education. They're going to have the tools. They're going to have the inspiration. We've got people now going to videos everywhere that are coming out to inspire. There's something that I really started pushing, and not alone, the concept of this word leader. Listen, I've seen a debate. Who's the best basketball player? Is it LeBron James or is it Michael Jordan? Or not? People decide who that is, not them. They'll ask them personally. That's kind of weird. You don't ask one of the goats, so called, if they're the best. If you're a leader, it will be determined by how much of a servant you are to others. That's not my opinion. That is, other than being judged as a servant by people, if you call yourself a leader and people didn't make you one, then you're a dictator sometimes. You're telling people what to do and what they can't do. And if that's happening, that's wrong. That's not ONPASSIVE. I was in MLM for 15 years before I got here, and I've been here over 5. And a lot of times you have the guy at the top, the guru, the guree, woman or man, it doesn't matter. And they were the law. Follow me, do exactly what I'm doing. Well, reality is we can't do exactly what each other's doing because we're individuals. I've got a big mouth. I talk on camera. Somebody might be a good writer. They write. Some people might be a good blogger. They blog. Some people might be good in a team atmosphere. They're team people. It doesn't matter. ONPASSIVE didn't say these are the only ones that matter. Everybody here matters. And I want to push that now until the second chapter of ONPASSIVE kicks in. Second chapter meaning clean slate. Whatever's owed, whatever's coming is there. Because I think that's a big, big deal. I'm looking at the list here now. Gifty's going by, Delisa, Megan Mitchell. I mean, Casey Zebenberg. I mean, I could go on and on. I can't even read them fast enough. These are people, they're here every day, and they're as important, if not more important, than my big behind in New Jersey, because they're there every day. They're not standing on a cliff. Look at me, look at me, look at me. They're kind of behind the scenes supporting everybody else. And that's the power of ONPASSIVE. I've always said, and I believe the people have the power. I'm not going to concentrate on something I have no control over and don't want. I don't want to know what's going on, the lawyers and legal and all that. Ash has decided to take that. In fact, he said, don't worry about that. Be happy. Take care of each other. Follow me, and I'll lead you to a good place. That's what he said. Follow me and believe I will take you to a good place. And a few years ago, there was a problem, my opinion, a thing in ONPASSIVE that drove me insane because, and I understood it. When are we going to launch? When is this going to happen? Why is it taking so long? Blah, 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 blah. And I get it because it's never been done before. You take a bunch of people that don't have experience in this and you throw them in and say, okay, we're going to work on something that's going to evolve into what we see today. Nobody knew how big this was going to get. I'm glad it did. And I believe it was always in Ash's mind, but I think it would have been steps. I think he would have done the marketing platform, got it established, then went to the second compartment in his head, and there's many, to the next one, which would have been, let's say, OES. But as he was going, the heartfelt plea for people to join us grew faster than the business plan that he might have started with. It outgrew the dream at that level. Not his dream, his total dream we're seeing now. and we still don't know what it is. Last Wednesday, he said, take unpassive, now back away 1,000 feet or whatever it is. See that little dot? That's unpassive. See all those other little dots? That's unpassive universe. That's Mufare universe. That's big. That should make you go, woo, doggy. I don't care who you are. That should blow you up. And the cool thing about it is we're part of it. All of the work, all of the uh, leveling of the ground, laying of the concrete, building the company, adding to the company, adding products and all that. That was done by the heavy work, sweating, all the crap, all the you can't do this, all the lawyers. Some founders who made it difficult because they wanted to make something out of this that it isn't. They wanted to hype it, and they thought that was good. If I hype it and add a little bit, I'll get more people. That doesn't help. You want to draw people that believe from the heart in good things and want to do the right thing. It's not about numbers. Anyway, to go back to that, because I talk in circles, but I do come back. 3 years ago, we kept hearing, when are we going to launch? When are we going to launch? When are we going to launch? Well, the point was we didn't know. We're going to launch when it's done. Then when I started looking at the concept, and all I have to go by is what are they doing? That's how I determine when are they going to launch. What are they doing? Well, what are they doing? They cleared out 100,000 or a million acres virtually. Okay, let's stay with me. And they started laying foundations of this big, massive company. That gave me the idea, when are they going to launch? And it turned into, it's not going to be today. This is 3 years ago. I knew, whoa, this is huge. And I don't want to talk for Collins, but we're going to get into glow, putting the light on others. But I also want everybody to know the foundation, where I went. This is part of what I was looking at. And then I thought, if I can see that, maybe some others can't. And it has nothing to do with how smart you are. Others can't. It's my job to try to relay what I'm seeing and why this didn't happen in 2 weeks. Why it wasn't a typical business 30 days they launched, or 40, 60 days, or even a wild year. It's been 5.5. Why? I looked at what they did and what they're doing, and I went, oh my gosh. And I also heard words from Ash Muffareeh. And everybody think of this. I'm talking to Frank, Lori Lund, Doyle, Engelbretson, everybody here. And there's 400 people here. And I'm talking to the thousands that will watch this. If you walk into a webinar and you say, I want you to dream bigger, he wasn't talking just to me. He's talking to everybody that's in it. They will win it. Dream bigger? How do you fulfill the dreams of 100,000, 200,000, maybe a million people, unless you build a massive, massive foundation before you launch? It's impossible. In fact, if he said dream bigger, and 3 weeks later, after he said it the first time, there was the so-called company there, I wouldn't have believed it. Not after I looked at what I know. What I know is what they did. I don't know what they're doing, but I know what they did. And if you judge by that, you're lucky in the 5 years. Now, let's remember, this part on passive OES wasn't decided until probably the middle of 2019. It wasn't 2018. In fact, even longer, where it decided, no, we're going to go all automation, all AI, and start building from there. So the whole time wasn't where we are now. It was a progress of, do we go to this level and then bring in level 2 in 4 years? Or do we go to this level and bring in level 3 and 4? No. It got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And he built bigger, 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 bigger to compensate and go to the full dream that he had originally. Hope that makes sense. Anyway, to go back around again, I went back. I met Collins and the other 3 guys that we call now OTech Pro. I'm going to do a shout out because he thinks I won't. Tony Monk told me to go to this webinar. Tony, I know he thinks I'm out to get him, and I'm not. I got nothing against Tony. Said, go to these webinars. They got cool guys on there and women. I went and I fell in love. He's right. And then I said, oh my God, it hit me. Did I manipulate? Yes, I'm going to be honest. I'm giving a confession. I saw the four guys and I went, I want to use them. Okay, let's be honest. Most people don't say that, but I did. So I'm going to get them together if they want, come out, explain technology of IT and programming and anything to do with behind the scenes, building something online. And I got them together. They weren't jumping for joy. Okay. It wasn't like, oh, yeah, I'd love to come out in the open and talk. Listen, IT guys don't do that. They're in a cubicle, they use this, and they're working. In fact, they're unsung heroes. We see the benefit. Oh, look how beautiful that iPhone is. The guys that build it. It has nothing to do with that, right? The company gets all the glory. Anyway, I asked them, hey, would you guys, I don't know exactly how it went. I'm going to give a shout out to Lynn Nakamoto too, because people seem to think I want all this credit. I don't care. I said, hey, would you guys get together maybe and explain? Here's what they said to me. We're surprised this is going to get done in 10 years. In fact, Colin said it. I looked at this. I went, well, if this works, be the biggest IT company in the world. He looked at it IT. He don't care nothing about MLM. He didn't care. Well, not MLM, but he didn't care about that. This comes out. This will be the biggest IT company in the world. That blew me away. Okay. And he said 10 years. He didn't say when is it going to launch. He said, I'd be surprised if it happens within 10 years. And I went, damn, why? And he starts to explain. And then Oliver's explaining. And Vincent, who turned into something monster, Vincent started to explain. Then you got Bob DeCusi, and I went, oh, I need personally, just what I'm saying, I need them to explain that to all of you. So that maybe we can eliminate one thing. What? When are we going to launch? The kid in the back seat, are we there yet? I get it. I did it. I wasn't 100% sure. I don't know anything about it. So then I thought, well, I can't set them free because nobody's going to know what they're talking about. Yeah, they have a strong accent, but they're talking IT. They might as well be speaking Japanese. Nobody's going to know what they mean. So I couldn't be with them every day or whenever they're doing. I asked Lynn Nakamoto, Lynn, go with them and keep them on the planet. That's exactly, keep them grounded. And when you understand it, then everybody will understand it. Something like that happened. I may be a little bit off or whatever. And I told all four of them, if this is done right, you'll accomplish something that we all need. Everyone will know your name, but I do want to let you know your life will never be the same. And they come back now. You're right. Our life is never the same. But anyway, it was a good thing. I shout out for Lynn for doing that. I never tried to take all that. Never. I had a thing in my head. You're with different people and different things happen. Everything after that, I did tell them. Now look, you're at the cliff. Whoever helped you get here, whoever guided you here, whether you go back all the way to Tony Monk, to me, to Lynn, to whatever, when they got there, I said, if you want to go here, stay here, you better flap your freaking wings or you're going to hit the ground hard and die. No joke. And you can ask any one of them. So if you get out and it's successful, that's up to you. I have nothing to do with that. And obviously, we know the history. Not only are they successful, they have gone way beyond what I thought would happen. They actually, when I met them, they were IT people that happened to be in ONPASSIVE. Now they are ONPASSIVE people that happen to be IT experts. Pretty cool how that flipped around. So everybody in ONPASSIVE that wanted to, well, most of you have evolved into a better you. Not better, more. You're more open. Ash was ONPASSIVE was a huge can opener for people. Opened them up and said, "Hey, Roy Davies, you're a wonderful man, but guess what? Open up and go all the way. Unpassive is a platform for you to be you, 100%. That's what I believe. And yes, I'm talking a lot because I always do. But I wanted to bring in shining the light. Why I fell in love with this Mr. Collins guy, because he's got a big heart, and now he could walk into any webinar and talk about Unpassive as well, if not better than most people in Unpassive. And that blows me away to see people. But the potential I saw, and I'm not taking all the credit, but I saw potential in them that maybe they didn't even see. And the same thing happens now. I see people on the webinar and I go, oh, we got to push this person. Now, they may not know it, but then you get them on a screen and you're listening, and then you get feedback. Marty, that lady you had on was mind blowing. I go, I happen to be right. A lot of times I'm wrong. Okay, don't kid yourself. And that's pointed out to me from Mr. Johnson. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Collins before I hurt myself. But I want to say, please pray for Chris Johnson. He's got some issues going on, not physical or health. He's okay, but just things in his family. And I don't want to get into details. It doesn't matter. But pray for him, because he's always asking for people. He's always praying for others. And as much as I mess with Chris, call him beautiful names, sometimes not so beautiful, it's all, he's like a brother to me, a little brother I never had. And I can see why I never had him, because I abused the crap out of him. But he gets me too, okay? Just let's be fair. But I love Chris. Please prayers for him. I'm going to turn it over to somebody I truly, truly respect. So does Mr. Mufareh, the whole tech team, but he is an amazing man. And here is Mr. Collins Manna.
Thank you, Marty DeGarmo, for inviting me. Just want to thank all the founders and affiliates who are joining in now. Yeah, we are here because of Unpassive, and we just have to keep on praying for Chris Johnson, as he said, as well as Peter Rogers. Peter Rogers is not feeling quite well. So he wrote me this morning. I think he's really in a terrible way. So let's keep Peter Rogers in our prayers. So, yeah. So, like Marty, you said, we need to shine the light to others. That is really true. Unpassive, shone the light to us. Like Marty, as you say, rightly put it, you found us when we were doing our stuff through Tony Monk. We were just doing our little things, and little did we know that we were doing something great. But when we saw Unpassive, we know this is an IT company and it will take long. So we're just trying to help people in a little way. Even when Marty saw, I said, Collins, can you guys put yourself together and come up? All of us were really scared because we're not used to that. Talking in a large crowd, explaining stuff. I said, Marty, this is really hard. We don't think we want to do that. But Marty is a very patient person, honestly, because he was really patient with us, gave us the time. He said, you guys should think about it, because we know the company wants you, and it's a nice thing for you to come and explain to others so they can, understand what Unpassive is all about, and which I think was really good for us to do it. So we took it, and, we did our part with the help of, Lynn Nakamoto. We'll never forget about Lynn. Comfort is another person who I will never forget, because they were the one like listening, asking questions. I think a lot of many other beautiful ladies around, so it wasn't like OTech Plus, OTech Pro, but there was a lot of help, and one of the good things about us is we took positive criticism, like those who didn't understand. Chris Johnson also helped us, like, oh, I don't understand this, what is going on? Jeffrey Moloch was another one, they were writing, please, can you explain this? So it helped us again to grow as a person, for us to really dump a lot of things down and try to make it as simpler as possible for everyone to understand, which is really a good thing. And Marty said about shining the light. One of the things normally we always forget to know, especially those who are joining as affiliate now, Unpassive is a journey. The journey began 2018. Those who were there before us, they saw it out of nothing. And I remember when I joined 2020, Mike Ellis video, Unpassive about to launch, December, we were just there. And I was like, after 2020, the first thing I went back and I asked myself, Collins, have you been really, really stupid to see that this company, an IT company, will launch like that without any product? So I was just like, no, but there is nothing. So let me look at it. Yes, Mr. Ash Mufara and the team, they are building, but it's not yet ready. And I was like, oh my God. But you know, you listen to people, but you need to go back again, look at it yourself and say, no, there was nothing there. So what is there that Mr. Ash will launch? You know, yes, the first business they talk about the product, the internal marketing, which never ever launched. There was a lot of product. Mr. Ash said, no, we're not going by that. We are going all the way, full-blown IT company. And with this, it takes time. You know, the journey is what I really want to really look at, you know, because you talk about we started with Go Founder. When I joined, there was Go Founder. That product, Mr. Ash would have even sell the product. Go Founder is a very good application to bring people together, put it out there, company will buy it. Mr. Ash being it, you know, imagine paid all the amount of money and the engineers you put together to build that platform. He said, no, it is there. We're not using it anywhere. We'll leave it. Mr. Ash can still bring that product and Go Founder and still sell it, make a lot of money. But he said, no, we are not, that's not it. That one is done and dusted. It was there to bring all the founders together. That means they were building the marketplace, which are all the 1.4 million founders. Move now to all founders. What did we see? Somebody said, but why? What is the difference between all founders and Go Founder? Go Founder was just to have, you know, the volume of us. We can call ourselves customers and users and all of that. Now, all Founder is more bigger application that can hold minimum value product. We started seeing all mail coming out, so all decks, you know, all of those little products where we can play with it, that minimum. So it was under beta testing. And it also holds what? The 1.4 million founders and the minimum value product. So it gives you that access to something new, something great. Some of us cannot even remember how Go Founder looked like again. And then if you think about the ONPASSIVE website, the first one, there was just like the sketchy things of the product, what Mr. Ash Mufara and the team wanted to build, the dream, the vision of Mr. Ash Mufara. That's what I saw, and I said this will be one of the biggest IT company mankind have ever seen. Because I saw it, I said, wow, this is it, this is it, this is it, this is what they're trying to do, this is what Mr. Ash Mufara want to build. Then being that side, and now we have the new ONPASSIVE website, which we are seeing now. But the first one, most of us, maybe some people have image of it, but we forgot about it. Now from there, all founders, where are we now? We are in the OES. Do we still have all founders? Yes, but you know, they've just minimized some of it. Now we are in OES. OES is what? The product, full-blown product. You know, full-blown product is the OES, a more bigger application, the marketplace where everything happened. It's like you've taken your customers now to where? From the warehouse to the showcase, the room where you know you're waiting for your customers to come. So it's just a place where the customers and the founders meet together with the product. That is the ecosystem, a single sign-on where people can come, look at it, buy their products, and which is so beautiful. So that is the journey. For those who have missed this journey for 5 years, 6 years, or 2 years, whatever time you the last founder, 2 years from now, and you're not looking at this journey, it means you are missing the fun. Because as Ms. Ash Mufara said, it will never happen again. The journey, they cannot repeat this journey again. So for those, when Ms. Ash Mufara came out and made a statement, you were just like, people were scared. How can you repeat a journey of this magnitude? It means you are saying, dissolve data center, break down every foundation, and then start all over again. It will never happen. ONPASSIVE is moving forward, at the speed of light, and the journey is going slowly and slowly. There are people who can, like Marty always said, they will come for this product and they'll say, my goodness, I wish I was part of this journey. The journey that we are taking for granted. People will come one day and say, I wish I was part of the history of ONPASSIVE. And this is the history that we have been part of, which we should be proud. All of us, 1.4 million, be proud of the history, because you say, I was there when I saw Go Founder, I saw O Founder, and I saw OES. I saw the product from scratch, from minimum value to the market value. You can give the difference and tell people the story about ONPASSIVE. You even tell them when you used to sit with Mr. Ash Mufareh, discussing, chatting, even when they come about the naming of the product. We gave the founders and Mr. Ash Mufareh gave the name of the product. Some people even don't know. Oh, when you talk about all this, all that, it was founders sitting, Mr. Ash Mufareh as the CEO, sitting with the founders, say, I want you to be part of it. Founding member, you are part of it, part of history, bringing ideas, sharing your ideas with the CEO, because he is someone who doesn't reject anything. He always takes his pen and paper, sit back, write, take note of everything. Now, like Marty said, how do we bring others? Those who've been doing so much, they don't have a platform to even say something. There are people who go sometime on other platform, they are not giving them the opportunity. No opportunity is given to them, even to speak. People shy even to come up. But sometimes we that are out there, most of the lot of founding member, they are doing a lot of stuff. We need to go and find them and say, wow, I've seen this person here. I think I would like you to come and speak on my platform. I think that you need to come up and start to do something, and this is the beauty about ONPASSIVE, giving founders the opportunity, like the way Marty called us. Imagine Marty didn't come. None of us will even come up. We said, you know what, it's not for us. But you need to come and say, you know what, there is something in this person. I believe you can share your opportunity. You don't need to be an IT person. You don't need to be a marketer. You don't need to, whatever you are doing, there is something in you, that you can provide, for the ONPASSIVE family. There is something in everybody. The time you were born or you were created or you're being existing on this planet Earth, there is something in you. Everybody has a gift, until you discover it. You say, this is where I belong, and that is when you will start to shine. Because no matter what, like I cannot be Marty cannot be me, I cannot be Gina, Liver, or Lynn, but everybody has something unique in them, and you can bring that uniqueness in ONPASSIVE. So let us come together. Let us just come and share, your joy, your hope, maybe appreciation, whatever you have in you. ONPASSIVE needed. This is the time we need it. It's part of the journey. The founding member are all part of the journey. Ash always treat us as, family. We all have to be in a unique way, and because we are in a unique business, everyone is unique. So does ONPASSIVE. ONPASSIVE is unique. Marty, I'll give it back to you.
Ooh, doggy. Thank you, Collins. That was a lot, and it was beautiful. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, an extra. A lot of people need prayer, but I want to throw out there. Remember, uh, Robin. She needs prayer desperately. So does Chris. I know Comfort. She's definitely. It doesn't matter the details. God knows the details, so don't worry about that. But they definitely need prayer, and many, many more. I could, I could spend an hour doing it. I don't want to, you know, different levels. Well, myself, or Collins, probably. I mean, everybody's got something going on. Just pray for it. I'm passive. Pray for it to keep moving ahead. And I want to keep it. I want to say one thing in closing. I want to remind everybody. I want you to look at a big, gigantic net that Ash is holding. We're all in it. The company's in it. The branding's in it. The advertising in it. And at the bottom of that, there's a hole. And in that hole, money is pouring out. It's not ours. It's Mr. Mufareh. He wants to mend that net more than anybody here. As soon as he mends the net, gets it tied back up, no fault of his own, clears the slate of what's owed in commissions and bonuses, nobody will be happier than him. Because no matter what happens, he made a decision. If we as the company, no, I'm sorry, if the founders cannot receive at this time whatever happened with the merchants, it doesn't matter. It happened. When that happened, Ash decided if they can't be paid at this time and there's a bottleneck, we have the same bottleneck. We're not going to get paid either. In fact, we're not getting, if they can't get their money, we're not getting our money. And I'm going to make sure they have O Connect while they're waiting, which is going to cost him more money. He's writing out checks for tens of millions of dollars monthly. And I want to tell you something. This is fact. I want to bring this up really quick. Red's coming on, I believe, at 11. What is it, Monday? Yeah, Monday Fun Day. So he'll be on, but I want to push this home. Nobody wants to pay people more than Mr. Mufareh. No one. No one. That's who he is. They could have, a normal company, I'll tell you what they would have done. This merchant thing would have happened. They would have set up packages in December and kept selling O Connect. The money would have went in. Yes, digits. We would have got the digits in our wallets. Now you have this much money. Now you have, but we wouldn't have been able to withdraw it because there's a problem with the merchant. But the company could have kept selling it, but they elected not to. That to me is the biggest hearted, craziest thing that they did. Not only they said, we'll fall down, we're falling down together. It's just a fall down. You get back up. Ash does not quit. We all know that. It's not like in October when things started happening with the merchants, we stopped seeing stuff going on in the background. It's full steam ahead. Go to the page. They're hiring people every day. They're marketing every day because they know that even with this hiccup, what's going to happen is going to blow our minds. And Ask even has more things. Up till last Wednesday, I believed if I was fortunate enough, I knew 5% of what's going on. Last Wednesday, when he broke down, go back 1,000 feet or whatever and look at ONPASSIVE as a universe of Mr. Mufareh, what his full goal is, I realized I know nothing. I'm down to less than 1%, but that's okay because that only means stacking the cool and making lives even better and bigger than we could imagine. I want to thank everybody for being here. We had over 400 people here. My gratitude is my cup runneth over because you could be somewhere else. I hope that we inspired today. That's what we aim to do. Motivation comes from within. So thank you very much, and I'll see you all who knows where, but hopefully tomorrow at 10 I'll be back. Anyway, thank you, Collins. Thank you, everybody, and have a